Good evening, come on in. Good evening, good afternoon, and even good morning, wherever you are watching this video. Happy New Year to you. Come on in and say hello. Let me know what city you're watching from. I hope everybody had a marvelous New Year. Welcome to the new year. Give me a few seconds. I'm going to share this out on my personal page. And if you want to do the same, go ahead and do that. Today, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can kickstart your January job search. Now, you were supposed to start your job search in December, but for those of you who didn't, you still have time, but you got to kick it in gear because you're already behind the curve. But I'm going to give you a few tips that's going to help you catch up if you did not prepare in December for your job search. So if you're coming in, tell me hi. Let me know where you are coming from. Like I said, Happy New Year to everybody. I'm having a great new year. I was under the weather during Christmas. I was suffering from allergies and sinus. I was a hot mess, but I am better now, thank God. And so I wanted to come on today and give you a few tips to help you kickstart your job search. And so the first thing that you want to do to jumpstart or kickstart your job search in January is you got to know what you're looking for. I know that sounds basic and it sounds common sense, but sometimes common sense is not so common. And sometimes you have to start at the basics. First, you got to know what you're looking for. Because what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to start applying for jobs that don't interest you, jobs that don't serve you, jobs that are not going to use your gifts and your talents, jobs where you're not going to make an impact. So first thing you have to do is identify what you're looking for. And if you don't know what you're looking for, guess what? You have to start from scratch. And that's okay. Start from scratch. What do you like? What do you dislike? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What would you do even if you didn't get paid to do it? What do you have training in? What do you have skills in? That's where you have to start. You have to start with knowing what you want to do. That's the first step. If you say, hey, Shalonda, I already know my first step. I know what I want to do. I'm good in that area. Good for you. So now your second step is you got to be intentional. We hear that word a lot, intentional. What does that mean? Well, you have to be focused. You have to be consistent. Job searching, I always like to say job searching is a job in itself. It takes work. It doesn't happen overnight. You just don't go online and just fill out applications, you know. There's a strategy to it, and you have to be intentional. So you have to decide, I am going to start a job search, and you have to be focused and you have to be consistent. You have to set actionable goals. You can't just say, well, I'm looking for a job. I'm job searching. No, set goals. I'm going to apply for 3 jobs this week. I'm going to apply for 2 jobs this week. I'm going to apply for 5 jobs this week. Set actionable goals. Be specific. Also, set goals with your networking. I'm going to attend 2 networking events this month, or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever it is. However serious you are about your job search, that's how serious your goals need to be, because you need to be intentional. And that's the only way that you're going to get the job that you want, is when you are intentional and you're specific about your goals. So the first thing we said, you got to know what you want, right? And then number two, you got to be intentional. And I think number two is sometimes where people fall short, because job searching is hard. Job searching is a process, and it doesn't happen overnight. And so sometimes you get discouraged, sometimes you get frustrated, and sometimes you get irritated. Sometimes you want to give up, and sometimes you do give up. So number two is a toughie, because you got to be intentional. But I think when you're intentional and you go ahead and you set out those goals, that will help you when you start to feel frustrated and you start to feel irritated. Okay? And so number three, know where you want to work and why you want to work there. Because like I said, I don't want you going out to places where you just apply for a job just because the job exists. Time out is time out for that. We are no longer applying for jobs just because the jobs exist. This is going to be the year of abundance for us. We know that the Bible says in John 10:10 that we should have a life. We should have abundant life. And that's in all areas of our life. And you have to keep in mind that your life and your career are intertwined. So you got to know where you want to work and why. This is part of you being intentional. You have to put effort into it. No longer are we going to live life by default, and that includes our careers. We're not going to get careers by default. We're going to be intentional. We're going to pick where we want to work, and we want to know why. And guess what? When you sit down and you have that serious conversation with yourself, this is going to help you in the interview process. You want to sit down, you want to say, why do I want to work here? What can they offer me? And what can I offer them? And that is the same answer that you're going to use in the interview. Because more than likely in the interview, they're going to ask you, why do you want to work here? But see, you've already done the work. You'll already have that answer. So you have to be intentional. Why do you want to work at this company? What are the benefits? What can you gain? What can you use to take to your next job or your next endeavor? And then what can you offer them? What are your skills and your talents and your gifts? What can you do to help that company get to the next level? It's a win-win situation. It shouldn't all be about you, and it shouldn't all be about them. So those are the three things that you need to think about for January. Make sure you know what you want to do. Number two, be intentional, be focused. Set those specific, actionable goals. And number three, know where you want to work, what company you want to work for and why. Those are important questions that you have to ask yourself. Like I said, job searching is a process. And so it's not a fly-by-night process. It takes time. You have to take it seriously. And once you start taking it seriously, you're going to get the success that you want. But you have to keep in mind your career is going to go through stages. You know, you go through the stage where, you start out, you don't know what you want to do. And then you figure it out. And then you may work in that field for a while. And then life happens, things happen, you grow and you evolve. And you decide you no longer want to do that anymore. Or you get laid off, or the company has reorganizations, or your interests and your priorities change. I mean, your career is going to go through stages. You're going to get to the point where you're going to want to reinvent yourself. And so it doesn't matter what stage of your career that you are in, I am here to help you. That's why I'm here on Facebook Live. That's why I have products and services to help you. And that was one of the reasons why I created the Society for Abundant Living Through Careers, because I'm really getting tired of seeing people being stuck or thinking that they are stuck in a career that they don't like, only because they don't think you have options. And so you do have options. I don't know if you saw my post a couple of weeks about the young lady whose interview was canceled because she asked a question about salary. And I was like, oh my goodness, she just didn't know. And you don't know what you don't know. She didn't know that that was inappropriate to ask. Especially at that time, that was inappropriate to ask. And so that cost her a job. Now, personally, I think that was a good thing from her because I think the company had a bad response. But still, it goes to show that there's a process in job searching. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I created the Society for Abundant Living Through Careers, is that so you can have a community of people who are just like you, who are like-minded, who are career changers, who need training and support to get through their various career stages. And so I encourage you, if you are a 9 to 5 or if you're a career changer, you're not gonna stay in your career forever. The industry has changed so much. We've got so much e-commerce. Things are not the way they used to be when our parents and grandparents were in the workforce. So you're going to be changing careers. So you need to just go ahead and prepare yourself now. And so with the resources available in this community, you're going to get your annual career assessment. You're going to get resources. You're going to get tips. You will get discounts on my ebooks. There will be a live Q&A. There will be webinars. Everything that you need to have an abundant career. And you can have an abundant career. You just have to be intentional and you have to make that decision. It's up to you. And so some other things that I am excited about in January, I have increased my Ask the Coach sessions. I have several different packages at several different levels. If you just have a question that you want to ask, you may not necessarily need any coaching per se, but you have questions about your job searching methods, you're not sure why something is not working out, go ahead, you can go to my Facebook business page at Maximize Career Potential. Check out my Ask the Coach session. Like I said, I have different levels depending, based on time, depending on your needs. That's something that's new for January. Also, I have added interview prep talk. Sometimes when you interview, you get really, really nervous. Anybody get really, really nervous? I know I do sometimes with those interviews. It's, your nerves are all bad because you want to do your best and you really want the job. And so sometimes it's you're playing Jedi mind tricks, trying to talk to yourself. And so the interview prep talk is for those of you who want encouragement, you want motivation prior to your interview. Sometimes you just need somebody to tell you, you got this, or somebody to remind you of your greatness, somebody to remind you that you can do this, that you deserve this, and if that's you, if that's something you need, that is available for you as well. Just go to my business Facebook page, Maximize Career Potential. Look on the left-hand side where it says services. You can get information on that. Also, launching this January, the Stepping Into Your Greatness coaching program. It is a 4-week one-on-one coaching program for those who really don't have any clarity about what they want to do. And you guys, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you don't realize that your career and life are intertwined. And a lot of people are confused. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I like. I don't know. And I beg to differ. I would say that 90% of the time you do know what you want to do. But there are things like fear, insecurity, perfectionism, procrastination that are hiding. They're hiding, you know, they're masking deeper issues. And so you have to get through those issues before you can even get to your career. And so that is what the Stepping Into Your Greatness coaching package is about. We go through those deeper issues. We we identify them, we acknowledge them, and deal with them. And then we go into your career. So you definitely want to check that out. Also, mock interviews for those of you who need to do mock interviews. If you need to feel comfortable speaking in front of somebody, never had an interview, don't know what to do, that is an option for you. There's several different ways that you can work with me. As always, you can inbox me to get your free 15-minute consultation to see which one of my products and services are the best for you. That's always available. And don't hesitate, if you have any questions, go ahead, you can put them in the chat. You can also inbox me anything if you're having any career challenges, anything that you struggle with in relation to your career transition. Don't hesitate to inbox me. I am here for you. And guys, go ahead, do me a favor. If you haven't already, share out this video because I know somebody needs to hear this. It's January. People are tired of being in the jobs that they hate. They need to know that there is support, that there is help. They need to know that they have options. And the only way that they will know that is if you share this video. So I greatly appreciate it if you go ahead and share out this video so that they can get the help that they need and so that they can have the abundant life they were called to have, because abundance is our birthright. And we want to have abundance in all areas of our life, even our careers. It is possible. You deserve it and you can do it. You just need the tools and the resources to do that. And I am here to help you with that. If you have any questions right now, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. I think that's all I have for you guys tonight. Oh, check me out. January 12th to the 14th, I want to invite you guys to a telesummit that I am participating in. It is Slay. We're going to be slaying Bay. And Bay is standing for bogus accumulated expectations. All those expectations that we have that are hindering us in all areas of our life. It could be credit, it could be career, it could be your purpose. All those lies and things that are holding us back, they have accumulated and we have bought into the lie and the system. But on January 12th to the 14th, I will be in a telesummit with some awesome, amazing speakers, and we will be discussing different areas of life so that you can go ahead and slay those bogus accumulated expectations and live the abundant life that you were called to live. And I will have that link later on this week. It is a free telesummit. However, you do have to register, and I will have that link to you later this week, and I hope to see you in that telesummit. So you guys, you have an awesome night. Remember, abundance is your birthright. Remember, that does include your career. And if you're tuning in and this is your first time seeing me, I am Shalonda Phipps, aka the Adult Guidance Counselor, and people hire me to help them master the new job search. And remember that life is too short to work in a job that you hate. You guys have an awesome night. Bye-bye.